So it is Sunday, March
23rd.
23rd, the third day of spring, and I'm sitting here with Çharles Mintz.
Happy birthday.
Happy birthday. And basically we're going to do an interview for the Grand Slam Magazine Funk 45 files. And I don't have to ask you about your recordings because we have all that, know it inside out. But,
Okay.
you know, you're from Philly. I guess the first thing is, what did you first record?
The first songs that I did was Think of What You're Losing, Love Wheel Turning, and I don't remember the other
Candy
song.
Baby?
Candy Baby.
And this came out on Uplook?
It never
No.
came out.
It never came out. But you did record it. And
Yes.
you recorded that at the Virtue Recording Studio?
No, we did this in Teaneck, New Jersey.
Okay. Alright.
We still have the songs, it was never released.
Okay. Somebody's got the tapes.
Yes,
We
yes.
got them, right?
We own this.
Okay. But mainly we're talking to you because this is the Funk 45 file, particularly about Give a Man a Break. And so for that record in particular, you recorded that at the Virtue Recording Studio?
Yes, I did.
Correct.
Yes,
Okay.
correct.
69.
1969.
July 69, right?
July 69.
Right.
Okay. And what was the equipment used or notable recording techniques? Maybe Bobby would like to interject here.
Yeah, because he played on a lot of the sessions that
Okay, the equipment used. Let me see if I can remember. The equipment at the time was I guess you can call it homemade recording console. It had large rotary faders. It was kind of based on, there was a company called Western Electric that made a lot of consoles during the 50s and 60s. It looked as if it was a hybrid Western Electric console with round rotary pots on them. And the speakers, interestingly enough, were hanging from the ceiling, and you had to look up to hear the music, which is kind of bizarre. You know, I know it was called Uplook Records, but this is really looking
Literally.
up, you know.
yeah.
And I asked Frank about that, and he says, "Oh yeah, Bob, just think of it as a big set of headphones," and you know, whatever. So, but yeah, and the room was kind of a real old-style 50s looking room with tile, with white cork tile on the walls for the most part. A small control room. You had to walk through. The studio was on the second floor.
Right.
A very high set of stairs, almost like going up 2 flights of stairs.
Yeah, walk like straight up.
Right, and if you look straight ahead, there's a lobby, a small lobby where Frank's father used to sit. Right, and if you turn around to the left, you go into the recording studio tracking room. We had to walk through the studio to the other side to get to the control room, which was small. You know, you could barely fit like 2 people in there. And Frank, Mr. Frank Virtue, had a habit of carrying a gun. He had a 45. Always had a 45 strapped to his holster.
Always.
You know.
Did that make you a little nervous?
No, I'll tell you, as an artist, most of the time when I get in the studio and start singing, I'm pretty much relaxed because I try to put feeling, make my own groove when I'm singing, and that's basically what gets me over.
So did you write Give a Man a Break?
No, some gentleman named Gene Faith.
Gene Faith.
He was the lead singer from the Volcanoes.
It's all kind of,
Oh, okay. And so were you friends with Gene? Was Gene going to use it for himself and decided to give it to you? Or?
well, I think what happened, he had recorded it, and there were some tracks with the song, but it wasn't in the arrangement that it was released in.
Have you heard his version?
Yeah, it's like it's a slower version. of
But
that.
is it funky at all?
Yeah.
Oh, it is.
It's really
but
good. It's
but it
like-
never came out.
No, it's
No,
not.
it was never
It's like a
released.
demo.
Okay. And so this was basically Gene. So this was produced by Gene Lawson, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Because see what happened, he had someone else to rearrange the song and add with a lot of horns and
So
different things.
who
that's
arranged?
what's
Yeah. So who rearranged the song? You don't even know.
up. Bobby, do you know who arranged that?
I think it was Bobby Martin.
Bobby Martin.
Like 95% sure. It was Bobby Martin.
So who's playing horns on that? Just some random session musicians,
What's the gentleman name? Sam Reed?
Sam Reed. It was Sam Reed's horn
That's some horn
section.
sections.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, Sam Reed. Wow, how
Do you remember what guitar you were
Well,
playing?
come to think of it, I think Sam Reed arranged the horn sections too.
Oh, okay.
What guitar I was playing? Let me think here. God, Lord, it wasn't a Les Paul. Guess I didn't get that one.
Because he
69.
used to use Bobby and also Norman Harris.
I had a Gibson ES335, a red one.
Oh, okay, all right.
He was a man!
The man.
And who played drums on it?
Earl?
Earl Young, I think.
Earl Young. Earl
Yeah.
Young played drums.
It was like all the MFSB guys, right? Like,
He had pretty
And who
famous
played
and
bass?
sold out.
Was it Ronnie? Ronnie
I
Baker?
think Ronnie Baker.
Ronnie Baker played bass.
God bless his head.
All
Earl
right.
Young on drums.
Do you guys do you know how many total copies were pressed?
The only person who know that would be Mr. Lawson.
Probably 1,000. That's like the usual amount,
The
right?
usual amount.
Because by being on his label, he worked with a lot of that stuff.
Yeah, and it is pretty hard to find records, you know. And then how was the distribution for that? I mean, since the record never really became a hit, it was just distributed around Philly. You were never picked up by a national distributor that you know, or?
No, it was. It was on the Abbott. It got picked up on the Abbott label.
Oh, really? So it had like a national distribution pressing on Abbott.
Yeah,
I think so.
How much later?
probably around the same.
I don't know,
Oh,
about
really?
The same era.
Like,
Oh, okay.
'cause